Hello guys, welcome to another new apartment. Yes, that's right, I moved again. This is like the sixth or seventh place I've lived in about as many years, which tells you a lot about the joys of being a student. Anyway, I think I'll probably stay in this place for a little while because, as you can see, it's very large and it enables me to put out a decent sized layout on the floor. You're looking at my California Zephyr there on the floor, but that's not what I want to talk to you about today. What we're going to do now is this new train. This is select cars from the El Capitan set from Walthers that have just been released. This is actually not mine, this is my brother's. I got him some of these cars for his birthday, which was about 2 weeks ago. So, well, it's 2 weeks ago when I'm filming this, but by the time it gets released, it may not be, it may be a little bit further down the line. But anyway, the plan was that each of my family members would help him by buying a car each. Sadly, the one I got him has not arrived yet. That car is the diner, but we've got the dorm lounge. The baggage dorm RPO with the little step-up bit at the back. The step-up coach, this scene here. There's also the lounge car, which is this one. I really like this one particularly because of all the detail on the inside. We'll get to that in a minute. And the end car, step-down car at the end, which has the little El Capitan sign in the back. So let's start off with the first two things, the engines. These ones are Athearn ready-to-roll Warbonnet ones that my brother got some time ago now. I think he's had these for a good 6 or 7 years. But yeah, these are really very nice. They came as part of a ready-to-roll set, so these weren't the old blue box type. The molding is okay. They are, I would say, pretty good in terms of the color scheme. It's accurate, but it's not, the molding is not 100%. I mean, the windows are a little bit too big, if you can see. The Athearn Genesis ones are better, but these are the more economical option. And it comes with a little B unit, which is unpowered, which has a little Santa Fe headdress on the side. The painting's all very nice. It's just the modeling and the molding and the tooling needs maybe some redoing. I've suggested to him that he maybe power this one and fit it with some motors, because a train of substantial length would be pretty heavy, even for an engine as powerful as that A unit. So let's get to the cars. Here is what is it? I've forgotten what it is now. It's a dormitory lounge, sort of RPO baggage or something, a dorm baggage. But anyway, it's got, you see at the end here, it doesn't step up yet. It steps up in the back of this car. You see, the very front of this car, there's a little staircase that takes you up to the double deck level, whereas this is just there to make the heights of the trains match cosmetically. So if you see, you put these together, you see that brings it up to the same height. That's the idea. Actually, I think these were built, these particular cars were basically built, this was added on top of an existing car, so these are kind of modified. You can probably find images of the prototype online. But yes, first thing I should mention is the fact that it's got the new Walthers trend is to have everything with a metal plated finish so that it looks more like the real thing. You see, if you look at these, it's silver paint. It's painted silver, but it's not actually metallic. It's not actually a metallic finish. It's paint which has a metal, probably aluminium or aluminum contents. It's got little flakes of aluminium in it to give it the shine, but it's not the same as being electroplated, which I guess is what they've done with these. I'm not quite sure how they've done this particular metallic finish, but it's some form of electroplating, I would imagine, because the parts are all plastic, and they've found some way to basically dunk them in a bunch of metallic solution and get this, not metallic solution, you know, some sort of coating, so that it looks right. And you can see it does really shine like the real thing. And this is just a little desk lamp I've got shining on it now, so you can see it. But in the running videos, you will be able to see how much they shine when exposed to natural light, and they really do look great. So yeah, that one's not particularly exciting. The best one, I think that this is a more sort of standard-looking, high-level car. These ones are great because not only do they have little interiors in them, but they've gone to a lot of effort to make sure that the window frames and everything are right. Not only that, but little grille details as well. Like, you can see the grille details on there. See how finely that's done. They've installed handrails. They're installing handrails on most of their models now, Walthers. Every time I see one of these name trains come out, there's usually a big innovation of some sort, or another thing that's really raising the bar in terms of manufacturing, but which of course accordingly raises the price. These ones retail for around $60 to $79 each. Yeah, they're a little pricey. However, I managed to pick most of these up from discount retailers, so they didn't quite cost that much. But yeah, for example, I mean, in this one, you can just about make out in that car there's a little brown table in there. That would have been separately applied. That's obviously going to increase the price. In the lounge car as well, which we'll look at in more close detail later, there's also, you know, separately applied tables and chairs and so on. That's going to raise the price. They've separately applied the grab irons and hold-ons. They used to save money by not putting those on. And now they've got this metal plated finish, and then even you can get them even with the LED lighting installed and everything as well. And those are even more expensive. So basically I've seen the prices of these Walthers cars go from a very affordable, what would we say, about anywhere from $25 each, which is pretty good, especially new. Secondhand you can get them for much less than that, to anyway, they've gone from about that price range, from $25 to $34, all the way up to $79, which is what they're asking for now for each for one of these. And I guess the question is it really worth it? I don't think I've made my mind up entirely. I think they're very nice, and they're obviously incredibly well made, but I've not entirely decided whether this is worth $80. This car, it's not brass. It's not particularly limited edition. I wonder whether it's not the fact that it's basically sort of catering to a sort of collector's item culture. I don't know. But anyway, one of the really nice touches they've done on this one is to make the distinctive looking little El Capitan emblem at the back, which I'm told, or at least it's described in the box, if you actually place a lighting strip in here, there is, I guess, some complicated system of either, must be like glazing, which goes down to the back of here, and which causes this to light up too. So so you'll have a lit up, what do they call these? Tail light or a Mars light or something. But yeah, so that can be lit up. This one is a step up coach. This one's exactly the same as the other one, with the exception of not having the tail sign. Also very, very nicely made. The number plates are left blank, and they give you decals so you can put them on yourselves, which is a good idea if you want to prototype, model a particular set of cars. It's easier than, say, getting one with a number and then trying to scrape it off, especially with such a nice fine finish like this. This is probably the most eye-catching one of the entire set, because of you can see so much of the interior. The windows are nice and wide. Obviously, these served as the prototype for the Superliner cars, which you've probably seen running around my layout, and which are very famous in the United States. They were built by the Budd Company. All of these cars were built by the Budd Company. The idea being that the higher you are above the track, enables you to have a more comfortable ride. It also enables you to get better views of the surrounding terrain, etc., etc. Plus, it increases storage space in the train by a long way. So we've got a ground level cafe area down at the bottom, and then we've got the lounge area at the top with little tables, and I think there's a little bar in there somewhere as well. In fact, these are the cars that still exist today on Amtrak as the Pacific Parlor Lounge cars that operate on the Coast Starlight train between, I think it's San Luis Obispo and somewhere else in California. It's a first class only car, and it's been very, very nicely outfitted with all kinds of refurbished interior, and it's got its own restaurant and stuff in there. So it's, I'm sure, a very, very nice place to spend some time, especially on an Amtrak train going through this fantastic scenery. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I think we've seen everything we need to see, and let's get to the running.